Today we are swimming in the deep end. We are going to make a stunning whale artwork on a mirror. We'll be using a glue gun, doing some fun acrylic pouring and more. We will even use a secret ingredient that you can find in your kitchen. It's going to be a crazy one today. Stick around until the end to see how it turns out. I feel like creating ocean themed piece. I've had lots of requests for some marine creatures, whales and dolphins and turtles. I feel like it's going to be a whale today. I missed my glue gun for quite some time. I haven't used it, so perhaps a glue gun whale? One of my patrons asked me if I ever created anything on a circular canvas. How about a circular mirror? Be seeing my screen and a camera. Starting with a sketch, and as usual it's pretty light because I keep rubbing it off. And now once I'm happy, I am going over. Of course I won't be able to transfer it to the mirror, so I have to think of something else. We'll see. If you don't want to use your glue gun directly on a canvas or glass or a mirror, I discovered that the best way is using a silicone mat. I don't even have to tape it. It's great. And if you press hard or use a black pen or pencil, you can see the image super well. This is my little glue gun. It's always worth checking it first on the mat and see how it flows out, especially if you haven't done it for quite some time like me now. I am going to do the outline. Every single time I have a long break, like, I don't know, I haven't done a glue gun for... Which one was my last glue gun piece? I should actually check. I have to check because I completely forgotten. It's been a long time. Oh my goodness, it's been ages. Oh, no wonder I felt like, I can't believe it. 2 months ago. That's unbelievable. Some of the images are from my Patreon posts. No wonder I'm feeling a bit strange and keep testing the glue gun. Maybe start with something super easy. Those little bumps, you know what they are? Are the barnacles. The other bits might be some damaged parts. I'm going to start from this corner because I want a thinner line at the end. Right, got those. Because I'm going to peel my whale off my mat, I want all the lines to be joined together. That's really important. I don't want it to fall apart. I still haven't seen a gun that will allow me to press all the way as long as I want. The hairy bits, we can remove them using a hairdryer on a really low setting. That kind of melts them, but I don't mind peeling them off. I find it a bit therapeutic, perhaps. The last part, we still need the bottom section. You know, when you touch it with a glue gun, you can melt the previous part. I think we've got all the outlines ready. I can peel it off now. Comes off like butter, so easy. I made it quite thin. I don't like making my designs thick, chunky and sort of crude. I like them thin. I don't mind struggling a bit, you know. So we've got this. I'm going to use diamond glaze glue, which is water-based. I like it because I can wipe it off if I spill it or if something goes wrong. I'm going to apply it to the other side, and then I'm going to wait a minute or two for it to become tacky. Of course you can use spray adhesive. I still haven't found the one I like. Look at this. And the next stage is going to be pouring. Yes, we're going to be pouring on the mirror. I am planning some sea colors here, but the first thing I always do, I check what colors do I have. Do I have any leftover paint that will match what I'm looking for? So I found those leftover. A little bit of blue, a little bit of green, some lighter green. Some of them were from the ballerina, some of them were from the lighthouse, and even from before. Okay, let's see what the mica powders can do. There's a huge selection of every possible color. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a nice one. Emerald green. Yep. Oh, that's quite a lot. Hopefully this is going to enhance the color. I found something perfect. iridescent green blue. I might add it to everything. Oh, that's so nice. Now I am liking it. Oh, that's just gorgeous. I think the whale would be splashing happily in this one. So I would say I've got 2 parts of Floetrol, 1 part of paint, and I'm spraying water till it's quite runny. Still too gloopy. And this is what we have at the moment. Because it's a mirror, if I make it really, really thin, I'm just going to blow it off completely. The paint will drip down. Now I need something that can blow really strong because of course these are all the barriers. Is this, for my standards, for any of my hairdryer blowing, this is pretty thick. Yeah. We need more to cover everything. Don't know if I want that much green. So the top is going to be the lightest. It's the most sort of tropical sea. Well, my whale doesn't have to swim in tropical seas, but it's an art piece. It doesn't have to be realistic. Looks so light comparing to what I thought it will be. I'm not going to use the flower hairdryer. I'm going to use the old uncle. Yeah, I know some of you are very happy. I am. He's rather short-tempered, so I have to be pretty quick, otherwise he gets overheated. If you haven't seen it before, please don't try to make it. It's dangerous, actually. It gets hot. It fell off at least 20 times so far. Lower setting. Might add a little bit of darker paint at the bottom still, or not, don't know. I think I like it like this. I've got lots of blue and green to collect. I'm not going to waste it. I'm glad I don't have tons of those, just a little bit. Here and there, very small ones. No doubt the biggest puddle I've ever made. But I knew it and I didn't mind. Why? Because these are all sea colors and I'll collect them and I'll have a nice different shade. That's it. 5 colors that were in. We've got this beauty now. And it's shimmering. Oh, it's not even 24 hours. Looks like it's almost dry. There's a little patch here. You can see how impatient I am because I'm just about to paint only the whale inside. I was thinking of white first, but maybe this light grey will be better. I was about to say the fins, but of course they are not, they're flippers. This is the dorsal fin here. These are funny, they are called flukes. I'm thinking that some rays of sunlight would really enhance the background. It's very nice and shiny. When you look at an angle, we've got the iridescent and metallics playing. I've got new iridescent gold. So I'm imagining I need a bit of white here. I'm trying to make some stripes and see what happens if I dub it. Okay, I mixed a bit of white with some turquoise, some iridescent turquoise and a little bit of blue. Might as well add a little bit of gold here now. So that's our sun here, reflected in water. I wanted something very faint, so okay, that's all right. Here. Oh, forgot those. Once I'm okay with those lights, I have to think of a good whale color, and I might go more towards blue or grey or greenish, or a mixture of all of them probably. Got Pearl Space Grey, Wedgwood Blue, Prussian Blue, quite blue. Well, I think mixture of those colors will be fine. Now I've added grey and white and a bit of green here. I definitely want a mix of colors. And the top is going to be still lighter. It's not going to be so smooth because, well, they are not smooth. They've got those grooves and barnacles, and they're getting a little bit better. I can't decide how dark I want the belly to be. Toning a color down, which means adding grey, in my opinion, makes it look more, I would say, elegant, not so harsh. I change a lot. This is probably definitely very characteristic of me. I kind of work into it till I am finally happy. The top has to be definitely lighter, much lighter, because of the sun coming. I do want some sun rays sort of shining off his body as well. Applying various layers will always create some more interesting outcome. Add a bit of this hue here. Buff titanium. Now once we've got the darker lines, I think it would be nice to add a little bit of highlights in between. I'm going to make a little eye here. I'm terrible. I'm stressed myself. I know if you are stressed, forgive me. Oh. And then once this is dry, I'm going to draw the actual eye, because this is, for me, this is just the eye socket now. The eye of the whale. Oh my goodness. Trying to make the darker outline here and a bit of lighter. I think that will do. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the eye. Okay. I'm wondering whether adding some vegetation. I don't want really sort of defined plants. I want just hint that something is growing here, look like that. Composition wise, you have to take some risks and be prepared to sort of try things out. If they don't work, well, just give up and do something else. So I am going to go all around, enhancing it a bit more, or rather creating a shadow, suggesting that this is a plant, even though, well, it wasn't at the beginning, but now kind of looks like one. Now I wouldn't mind something growing here, honestly. I would like to add a couple of plants here. However, I was trying to find outside something that will look more like underwater plants, and I didn't. Then I got to the kitchen and I found coriander, but I kind of thought maybe, just maybe, this will give me the right shape. Or is it going to vaguely resemble anything underwater? Oh, I like it. Baby coriander. Who would have thought, you know, coriander of all things. Let's try coriander here. Nobody knows what kind of plant this is going to be. Now I'm adding some highlights to my, I wanted to say corals. Well, they kind of are. See how nice that looks now. A little bit of light on them. In the end, I am adding a little bit of light green. And I just want to enhance it a bit. So I wanted a little bit of a shimmer on top of the whale and perhaps on those, but that will be it. Try my finger first, and I don't have much paint. I've got just a residue of gold here. Oh, that's what I meant, just a very, very small amount. Okay, I will leave it like this and add a couple of highlights here. Highlights on the blade here. Let's see what that looks like here. Okay, I'll add a couple more. I've decided to varnish the whale now. I'm going to use Gloss Varnish by Liquitex. I was going to put resin on, but it's still too fresh. I'm talking about the paint, so I have to wait a bit. So I'm going to use Mastercast resin. It works 1:1 by volume, so 1 part of resin to 1 part of hardener. I've got just a leftover bit. Of course, I always recommend using gloves and respirator. Once I've got my 2 parts here, mix them really well, combining the 2 parts really well, scraping the edges. I'm using a very small stick so I don't go over my borders. I wouldn't like that. I'm touching the edges with the stick so the resin really sticks nicely. I think I will need a needle to drag it towards the tip of the nose. Drop of resin on the eye. There he is, full of bubbles. I'm going to torch them very gently. Don't want to overheat the resin, and I don't want the resin to spill beyond the boundaries. There we are. I really hope you enjoyed it because I'm very proud of this one. All these techniques are so much fun and I'm sure you weren't expecting the coriander. I surely wasn't. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and leaving a comment. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you would like to support the work I do further, check out my Patreon for extended videos every week or head over to my website to own this piece for yourself. Thank you so much for watching and see you all next Saturday. Bye bye!